Hello. This is the weapons, armor, and tools add-on. I think that's the whole name of it. Uh, so we're doing another add-on review. I had this kind of set up a little bit in uh the video I did earlier today. And so I was like, screw it, it's gonna be a similar design anyway, so I'll just do it again, do another video. This add-on kind of overhauls weapons, tools, armors. Armor's a lot of new armors, a lot of new abilities, a lot of good stuff. And it also gives you some like gadgets and things to help you get around your world. Um, we're gonna start off with tools, then I think it goes gadgets and then wands, and then I'll get into the armor last. Um, So there's a couple different new swords. This is a really simple one. It's just it's just two diamond swords in a crafting table. Just 14 damage. It hits hard, and all of these should be enchantable. Last time I checked, they were. I'm gonna double check, so I'm not. Yeah. So all of these are enchantable with whatever you wish. Um. So you could make that sword even stronger if you wanted. This is the dragon sword, which I think it's a bottle of like Ender Dragon breath, and it shoots out just a little micro version of it. It's I must say 8, 10. That's better than normal. So does have a bit of a swing to it, so you do have to aim this like high. Oh, that went really high. Okay. So a little thing there. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if that was something I messed up with or something that was wrong with the game. Then there's Ender Pearl, kind of self-explanatory. Throws out an Ender Pearl. I'm pretty sure that this doesn't deal damage like the Ender Pearl does. I am once again going to check that though. Yeah, okay. So you can use this as many times as you want, and as long as you have the durability for it, you'll be fine. So next is fire. Yep, fire. So as you can see in the right corner, gives you fire resistance right off the bat, and I think it does blaze, fire wave. Oh, that destroyed everything. Okay. I should have backed up this world before doing that. I wasn't expecting this to get that destructive. That's actually cool. I've never gotten this sword. I thought it was a fireball. That's really cool actually. I'm gonna say though, I've seen something like this similar thing. If you are doing this with like zombies or skeletons or something like spiders, they will just walk right through it and they will burn you. But actually, they fixed that with the fire resistance, so never mind. That sword's actually perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna go away from this now because now I'm not trusting any of these. This might not have an ability, it might just be slowness. Just slowness? Yep, just slowness. So, well, one taps that, but yeah. So it probably just inflicts something like slowness 10 on the enemy. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. I did not play with a lot of these swords. Because when I first got this mod, most of these swords take diamond except for this one and this one, which are both iron. So I never really got to dealing with them because the durability is so low. So you have to get mending and breaking. It's the whole system. So the katana, this is one you can get early on. It's just iron, gives you speed. Does this particle effect, which will lag your game out if you're like dealing with more things, but it hits. And I think it does depend on how fast you're going, with how much damage it's going to actually do. Levitation, I think... Did they change this one? They might have changed this one. Oh, okay, it's on the cut now. This used to fire out a skull ball, but yeah, so now it just does that. It'll make them float. That's actually not really high floating, so that actually might not deal good damage, so I wouldn't suggest it. This one you can make with iron and just some music blocks. Just plays a noise. Literally isn't anything special. Just a upgraded iron sword because I think it does more damage. Yeah, because it does 10. And then the rainbow one, I honestly don't remember. I don't think I ever got to use this one. Colorful. That's very helpful. Okay, so it's exactly like the music one. I'm glad I did those two last. So now we're getting onto the tools. This weapon right here is the reason why I didn't really play with a lot of the swords, because this thing blows everything else out of the park. So besides the factor that it has tree captivator, or however you say it, it'll do the entire tree in one go, which is so useful. It's unbelievable. This thing has a base damage of 8, which is pretty good for a standard axe. You'll one-tap most things. And the really good part about it is because it's a quote-unquote battle axe, if you hit your alternative key, you can throw it. And this thing's durability barely goes down ever. I think throwing it doesn't even go down with the throws. It's only when hitting. It is just perfection. And that's why I barely got into any of these other weapons, because I kept building this because it's like 6 iron and 3 sticks. It's so easy. These are some of the mining things. This is a drill. It's very... I gotta go into survival, don't I? I love this game sometimes. There we go. Simple. Does it? Hey, screw up. Does a 3x3 thing. Said. Yeah, now you can... Is he Mr. President? There we go. There's a 3x3 thing. Depending on the angle, depends on how it drills. It's a very useful one, and it's a little bit better than the other ones. Actually, I'm going to stay in sort of real quick, because yeah, this one. This thing is a hammer. It is in... I can't check now, but it's in the pickaxe category, but I don't know what it does, what it's supposed to do. If you hit the alternative key, it has a spasm and it takes away durability. But I don't know if it's supposed to be like a wrench tool to like switch blocks or something. But me and my friends were never able to figure out what that did. But it is in the pickaxes, so I don't know. Might have something. We might have just missed it. I could never figure it out. This is a TNT pickaxe. It's kind of just the messier version of the drill. It does the same thing. I swear, though... Actually, I can test this now. Because when me and my friends were playing this, we kept, like, swearing that it destroyed more blocks than were blown up. Like, it would give you more. And yeah, it does. So out of that entire thing, it gave us 4 more blocks for some reason. So, because we noticed that while mining, that we'd mine like one thing and it would like give us like so much more than it should have. This is pretty simplistic. It's a scythe. It does deal good damage. I think it's 8, but it just does a 3x3 cropping. Simple. It's good. It's fine as a weapon. Good at farming. Never really needed it. So next I forgot I can't do that. There are 2 bows. Where is it? There it is. And just a pre-warning. You have to have the relative arrows for the 2 bows for them to work, or they do not work. You cannot use normal arrows on them. So the first one is the electric one. Again, kind of self-explanatory. You're not expecting much. Oh, that actually did work. Yeah, self-explanatory. You make them with, I think it's copper and iron. Simple. TNT, again, kind of self-explanatory. It's just gonna, yeah, Jesus, that's bigger range than I thought. That's a much bigger range. That's actually not bad. But, yeah, simplistic. They work great. Can't really complain. Now we get onto the tools, and then the last one, the wands. This is a camouflage tool. Could definitely be useful for like messing with friends because it is invisibility with no particle effects. It doesn't last too long, but it would last long enough if you do want to like mess with someone. I don't remember the resources. It was something weird, like it was like clay and like uh nether wart. I don't remember what the actual recipe was, but it was something weird. Um, Useful for having like friends around. Not really helpful on your own. Grappling hook. So many mods with them. They're all very different though, because for this one, for anyone who watched my episode that I put or episode for my video that I did earlier today, there was a grappling hook that when you shot at it, it would lift you up basically and then towards the target. This, if it hits, doesn't work like that. It kind of teleports you a little bit. It works weird. When you're going directly up or directly down, it basically just teleports you. So it's useful. But if you're actually shooting like horizontally, it will just pull you. It's not like the one earlier where it like slings you upwards for some reason. Um, Jetpack. I doubt I can even honestly use this in creative. It looks nice though. Oh no, I can't. So you hold X or whatever your jump key is, and then you just look. Oh no, okay, they changed it. So you look up, or you hold your jump key to move up. You crouch to go down, and as you can see, it gives you a resistance while going down, so you don't hurt yourself. So that's actually pretty nice. I'm gonna regret grabbing this. As you can see, it's a magnet. Well, you can see it. It's a glove, but it is a magnet glove, and again, pretty simplistic. It will just pull anything nearby to you, which is great for mining. Honestly, I do want to check real quick though. Can I? I can. So if you wanted, you could put this in your offhand. Woo. Okay, I need to stop. You can put that in your offhand while mining. So then, if you're mining something that like could fall or something like that, it will just pop right into your inventory. This should have actually been lower down, but because it is considered a weapon. But I kind of find it more as a tool because I use this usually more for redstone. It works the same way as like an arrow would. You just throw it, it hits a target, it drops on the ground, you can pick it up. Because I used it more when I was playing in my server for the what is it? What are they called? The hay bale targets. I cannot remember the name of those. Would it be in redstone? No. Yes. These. Oh, it's just a target. Okay, no. I'm too tired for this. But I would use it to throw at the target to like activate some nonsense for redstone. I don't remember what I had it to. TNT and Shuriken, again, kind of self-explanatory. I'll get an iron golem here. Just an explosion, does good damage. Great for mining. That's actually more delayed than it used to be. It used to be instant, which used to be really good for mining. But I'm glad they changed it because I actually kind of like that better. So yeah, kind of simplistic, but it works. And now there's the wands, and then I'll get into the armor. The wands are not... This one is perfection. This one is amazing. I always have one on me. The rest of them are eh. You have the aquatic... I think this is the lower dosage one. Oh no, that's the highest one. So, gives you this big wave, does a bit of an explosion, does okay-ish damage, doesn't really nothing too special. And because of the weird size of it, I feel like it's hard to hit like targets if they're like in a around you. Like if they're not like right in front of you, you're gonna probably miss. This is the fire. Yeah, this is the fireball. I remember one of them had the fireball. This one is nice. It can definitely be useful. It is just I don't know. There's the TNT bow, TNT shurikens, a little bit better. I feel, but I mean, if you want to cook something, I guess it's a little bit better. This one I did actually use quite a bit because even though it's not really great, it just places lava. It was really good in the Nether because it gives you this constant fire resistance, which allowed me to like just straight up swim in the Nether. So it was useful for what it had to be, but I found out later on that there's an armor set that does the same thing. So I just started using that because it was cheaper to make. This is the mystery one. You make this with bunny feet, and it will just give you random buffs. Or debuffs. It'll just give you random effects. You don't actually know what they are. Regeneration, feather falling. Give me a bad one. Speed. It used to give bad ones, so unless they switched it. No, it still says random effects. Yeah, there we go, slowness. So, risk reward kind of thing. You just kind of gotta click it, hope you get something good. I'm gonna do that one last, actually. This is the lower dosage. Does the same thing as the other thing, just water. I don't even think, yeah, this doesn't even do damage. Something that's really bad that we found out, though, is there is a glitch with the Nether and this wand where the water works in the Nether. I'll actually... how much time we got? Or, yeah, this video's not getting too long. I'll do this real quick so I can show you, or unless they patched it, because I hope they did. That is not the right size. I hope they did patch it because it is really kind of cursed to see water in the Nether because obviously it's not supposed to be done. Did you build terrain a little bit quicker? Thank you. Damn. Wow. So yeah, so if you do want to completely bug out your game and run across obsidian in the Nether, you can very much do this. It's something you can do. So it is what it is. That's a really crappy Nether portal. That's right on the edge. Oh, that was quick. This is most likely the first one you'll be able to make. It's the tree wand. You just do it with a sapling and I think it's sticks. And you're able to plant trees. And I know I probably overhyped that a lot, but for me, wood is always something that I always like. I'm always keeping like a stack of planks or logs like somewhere right here. So having to not do that and having to just have this where I can constantly get wood whenever. Plus there's a backpack in this mod, so it makes it even easier because I can just throw this in the book bag. It's very helpful, and you can actually suffocate things with this if you hit it the right way. See, but they have to be in the wood because the leaves don't suffocate for some reason. Let me... There we go. So that's all the ones. There is one thing though. I think it's you that does it. Oh, whoops. Select recipe. I can't. This game's always bugging. Because I think the recipe for it is, it's a water bucket, or it's one of the aquatic ones. It says that it needs a water bucket. There is an armor that also says that, being this one, the water chest plate. So the water chest plate and the wands both say that they require a water bucket. The wands, though, the wands will actually consume the bucket. You'll lose the bucket completely. The water chest plate will not. The entire water set will not consume the bucket. So as long as you have like 8 buckets on you, you can constantly make the water set. And the water set is, they're not telling me the stats. They were telling me the stats earlier. Okay, so I actually have to grab these. I'll start from the bottom. So the water chest piece was the one that I was talking about that gives you that constant fire resistance. So I would make 8 buckets, make a full set, go into the nether, and swim like I was talking about. Wither chest plate, one of the easier armors to make, just bones. When you crouch, you fire a wither skull. It does give. There it goes. So it has a chance of giving the wither effect. I didn't know that it was a chance. Squid chest plate, one of my favorites. The whole squid armor. All of these, I'm only grabbing the chest plates just because they have all the varieties and the backpack, because it counts as, you can put the backpack in your chest plates slot. But all of these have full sets of helmets, boots, everything, and you can choose which pieces you make. They all give the same abilities. The squid one gives water breathing, as you can see, and when you're in water, you swim a lot faster. And if you have the full set on, you're like supersonic. It's really fun. Skulk chest, please. Skulk chest plate. Probably very obvious. Like too much warden stuff. Rabbit, jump height. The minor one gives you haste, and if you have the headlamp on the set, if you have a full set with the headlamp, you will emit light for like a decent bit. Like it's actually gives you like good range on that. I can get rid of these so I can have more room for everything else. Don't. So next is levitation. There we go. Again, kind of simplistic. I do like the effect though, or not the effect, the armor. I like the little cloud that you have. It does have, as you can see, it has a limit, so you can only go so high before it starts sending you down. So you just crouch, it activates, and then you float up a little bit, and then you come down with feather falling. Next is legendary. Yeah, as you can see, it's called legendary for a reason. You need 1 nether star for each piece of this set, but as you can see, it is very much worth it. You get speed, you get strength, jump boost, regeneration. It is a very powerful set. What strength is that? It's just a strength, okay. Another thing about it is if you crouch next to any enemy or any entity, it strikes them with lightning and it gives you fire resistance. And it will continue to strike until the target is dead. It is a very powerful armor. Did that give me feather falling? No. Okay. It's a very powerful armor set. It is very fun if you do get the chance to get it. The Iron Golem set I kind of can't show off here because I'm in creative and I'm not trying. There's slimes. Never mind. I can show it off. Don't. Hit me. So with the Iron Golem set, oh, that's what it is. Okay, that makes sense now. So with the Iron Golem set, when you get hit, you spawn an Iron Golem. And the reason I just kind of, not freaked out, but was confused is when I was looking into this to make sure I wasn't forgetting anything, I saw this, and I was like, what's with this? And I spawned it, and as you can see, they have a different walking animation than the standard Iron Golem. So I was like, why do you exist? I don't remember that. But so that's where it's from. It's from this set of armor. Emerald just gives you the luck thing, so everything's a little bit cheaper. Dragon, again, probably self-explanatory. I didn't know that. So this also works like the jetpack. I did not notice that. So it works the same way where you hold X to start flying, crouch to descend, hold X to go up. I bet this actually probably has better durability than the jetpack as well. That's actually good to know. So you have... How did I do the fireball? Okay, so it's crouch on both. So yeah, so crouch for fireball, and yeah. Creeper, again, probably self-explanatory. I do want to show something though, because this can get you quite vertical if you have the full set on. If you have the full set on, this thing is kind of devastating. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, you can get quite vertical, and I think the blast radius also increases. Oh yeah, that got much bigger. That's with all the sets. Is sorry, I can't talk. It's very late. Depending on the more of the pieces that you have, the stronger the effects are going to be. So, I'm trying to think of like another chest piece I can go. Oh, like the cactus one. Cactus it just gives you natural thorns. The more you have on it, the more that thorn is going to affect. The wither one, the more damage your thing is going to do. The more fire resistance, the faster you swim, the bigger the beam, higher jump, probably longer levitation, so on and so forth. You get the concept. Copper, besides the factor that it's just nice to have copper armor, it's not really useful because its perk is you take less damage from lightning. And unless you're running around with like a channeling trident, you're not really going to be getting hit by lightning a lot. I don't really see a point in it. But again, except for just the fact that it's nice to have copper armor. Cactus, I kind of just went over that. It's natural thorns. Someone tries to hit you, they take damage, and you can also just stand close to anything, and it'll deal damage just by it being next to you. So it's good if you're getting swarmed, really good, but its durability is not great, I have to admit. Bedrock is just netherite. When you crouch, it gives you a resistance, which is nice. What level is that? Just normal. Okay. But so can't talk. Instead of having to use the whole like diamond to netherite system, all it is it's just 8 netherite ingots, and then you make this chest piece. And it's not. You can enchant the armor too. I don't know if I mentioned that. But it gives you the resistance thing when you crouch. The cool thing about the bedrock and why I personally say you should do bedrock over netherite is because bedrock can't break. Its durability is infinite. It literally says it on the thing that it. Of course, it's not going to do it now. This piece of armor does not lose durability. It is just great to have as just like your standard armor for running around doing chores and doing whatever you're doing in your world. And then the last one is the allay. Again, probably self-explanatory. Probably self. Okay, maybe I'm confused on what it does. I thought it was. Yeah. Oh, is this one? Give me 1 second. I should have tested these a bit more before. Okay, no, yeah, so it does work the same. It was just bugging. Okay, so yeah, so it works the same as the jetpack and the dragon one, where it's just hold X to go up, crouch to land. And that is it. So I hope this helps. I do highly suggest this mod. I am not going to lie though. You do personally, I don't know how to do trading things. Like I don't know how to mess with villagers and stuff to make like trading halls. But you kind of need mending and breaking. Unbreaking you can usually fish to get Unbreaking 3. That's not usually that hard. Mending is hard to get. So if you have an add-on that has mending, I would highly suggest this. If you don't mind losing your stuff, again, I would highly suggest it. It's a really fun and a really good mod, and most of the recipes are quite cheap. None of the recipes are going to really ask for too much. Like, I think the most it'll ask for is like Dragon Breath in a bottle or Silk Touch for the Skulk one, because you need a Skulk block. But yeah, so I hope this helps. I hope you guys have fun with this add-on if you do decide to get it, and thank you for watching.